their schedule. Two of college football's elite colliding here in a matchup of top 5 teams early in the season. We'll see the number 4 team in the country, a group with a lot to prove here today, taking on the second-ranked team, a group that has a lot to prove here today. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. And here we go, folks. The kickoff team is out there to get this season underway. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're a defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
So second down after the incompletion. To throw, it's Fowler. It's a short completion to the tight end. Tackle is finally made, but the offense will set up now at the 44.
Boy, a huge play by this offense. A good throw, a nice accurate throw. But I think it's the one after the catch that really impresses me. And early in this game, you got to think they're going to continue to go back to him until this defense shows that they can slow him down.
Offense in a split backfield now. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. The pass rush closing in. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give.
Boy, great job by this defense on this second down run. Just stonewalled him at the line of scrimmage. Now they get a chance to really pressure the quarterback here, try to get off the field.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on third down. Quick throw to his receiver. And it's complete downfield. Tackle made at the 26. Good enough for a first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
Lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Thrown quickly, caught in the right flat. The defense reacts quickly, a very short gain on the play.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Seventh play of the opening drive. They've moved it, but now face a third down. Scanning the field. It's Fowler. Makes a quick catch. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Now that's what I call coming through for your team in a pressure situation. Great read, got the ball where it needed to go, and now you're set up to get 6.
That's a new set of downs, and it's 1st and goal for the offense. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Tackled at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now.
And they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
2nd down and goal upcoming. Caught quickly. Brought down at the 2 after the catch. The offense close to punching it in.
Hey, the windows are so tight on these throws for this quarterback. Positive yards are a good thing here. Now it's 3rd and goal, getting so much closer to punching it in.
Ball sits at the 2-yard line for 3rd and goal. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. So no gain on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 2. Looking to throw again. Launching one to the end zone.
Well, there's nothing more satisfying for an offensive coordinator than having a quarterback that he can trust in these critical areas. Here you are, 3rd and goal. What do? Put the ball in the hands of that quarterback. Whether he runs it in or throws it, you know he's going to make the right decision. Found the matchup, made the throw, and you get a touchdown to open the game.
BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Trying to get the ball to the perimeter on the jet sweep. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Boy, he was so close to getting to the outside and coming up with some huge yards. But hey, let's give credit to the defense. This receiver is really fast. They're very, very fortunate not to give up a big play.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Handoff from the shotgun. And they try the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another 3rd down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. And the sack is made. That's a nice play there by the sophomore.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And the offense makes its way onto the field, hoping for a successful drive. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. That's a strong stiff arm. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. It's a solid game to pick up the first down on what will be likely the final play of this first quarter. A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. And the back now goes in motion. Fights off a defender. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
And that is a good chunk of yardage picked up by the big guy. Sometimes you don't need a whole lot of space created for a fullback. He can simply make his own way.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Tackle, but first down.
Any team that likes to run the toss and can do it successfully means they can win the battle on the edges. When you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner, they got it done there for a very nice game.
First down and 10. Send the back in motion. They'll run it here. The fullback gets the carry. And they'll stop him after a short gain. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Here's the option play. The back's got it on the pitch. And they finally stop it, but a decent gain that time.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 21 as this defense tries to make a stand and force a field goal attempt or a 4th down stop. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
With some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
The offense that time just trying to get the ball out of the perimeter, trying to find some space to be able to get their speed into. Pretty good job by the defense slowing him down.
Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Lucky for the junior quarterback that didn't get picked off.
The quarterback's got to do a better job here of reading the coverage. He was determined to get that ball thrown to this receiver, but they played double coverage. He still tries to throw it, and he almost threw an interception.
Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Gets rid of it on the move. He's got it right near the end zone. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there, and the offense will have a 1st and goal.
But it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another 1st down for this offense.
Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield.
Chris, you don't see it often, but how much do I love seeing that fullback get a touchdown. He blocks all the time. They rarely give him a chance to get his hands on the ball, and when he does, he's rewarded with 6 points.
So they'll try to add the lead now with a PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. kickoff team is out on the field. Fields it just outside the goal line. And the coverage team able to bring him down.
And the offense will take over. 1st and 10.
So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. They're going to run it here. Brought down after picking up 5 yards. So 2nd and 5.
It's a good, solid game. 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
The game makes it 2nd and medium. Here comes a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. The pass is intercepted. Not much room in that return. Tackled at the 16, but an important takeaway for this defense.
Well, your best player's got to make big plays in these kind of moments, and that's what happened right here with this defensive back. The offense in a tie game in the red zone, looking at points, and instead, the defense with the interception. In a tie game, their offense now has the ball.
1st down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll try the option play here. Oh, and a fumble here. Can you believe it?
Well, the offense catches a break here. Lucky to jump on the ball after coughing it up. He's lucky that his other teammates had some good awareness.
Here's the 2nd down play. To throw, it's Fowler. Just trucks the man. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a 1st down.
But how about the versatility of this offense? They just showed the defense on this play, you better be careful. It's not just about our receivers and our running back. They also better be careful looking out for that big, lumbering fullback. He took the pitch and turned it upfield for a nice gain.
And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a 1st and goal now. The offense in scoring position with a new set of downs. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
The kick is good, and the kicker got clobbered. Flags all over the field. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Kickoff team on the field getting set now.
Set to kick this one away.
Long kickoff, no chance for a return. It'll be a touchback. So the first play of the drive here coming up, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. They stop the receiver, but that's a solid gain on that play.
One thing I love about this back, is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looks to the left, and it's complete. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Well, it's got to start somewhere, and there's a nice first down to keep this drive alive and hope to be able to create a little bit of momentum here near the end of the first half, trying to cut into this lead and get some points on the board.
Short throw to the back, caught behind the line of scrimmage. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. Completion makes it second and short. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Looks to his left and makes the completion. He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looks toward the sideline, finds the running back. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Catch made across the middle by the running back. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. Forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
Fires it to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. And he's got some open field ahead. Inside the 40. At the 20. At the 10 now. For the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
And now they'll set up for the point after. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Return begins inside the 10. Will be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. And looking to throw now on first down. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Finds room at the 30. They finally make the stop after a big gain, but that'll wrap up the first half of play. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. All right, let's get the second half going now. The kickoff team is out there. And here's the return from inside the 5. Will be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team.
And the offense will take over. First and 10.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. He'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Finds an open target on the left side. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
Offense moving closer to the line to gain after that catch.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. He's a wide-open receiver, complete. They bring him down, but that's a good play. Moves the ball to the 39.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
The pocket breaking down. Powers through.
Boy, the defense trying to get after this quarterback. I love the concept. I love the idea. Here, they don't give up the big play. They prevent him from getting out and picking up huge yards.
Important 2nd down play coming up. Offense looking to throw the ball. Lets it go quickly. And he pulls in the catch. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
You call it quick out on 3rd down. I think that tells you the confidence you have in a quarterback to be able to make that throw. And on top of that, a little surprised the defense would give that kind of cushion to be able to give him room to pick up that first down.
He makes the grab. And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
It's almost like they don't have another receiver to throw the ball to. This guy's been making all kinds of plays today, and this time he decides to show off some fancy footwork and somehow stays in bounds.
That completion sets up a 2nd down play. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack. 7th quarter drive coming up, but it is 3rd down and long. From the shotgun, drops back. Here's a fumble way behind the line of scrimmage. The defense recovers the fumble.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big turnover.
And the offense trots back onto the field here. It's an option look. He'll pitch it. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example where defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Ball handed off. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Now, I feel like they call that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. Look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Hands off to the fullback. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the defense was locked in on that play from the very jump. And the fullback just didn't have any speed to get around anybody. Stuck to the run perfectly.
It's 4th down and 4 as they try to keep the drive going. Dropping back, it's Fowler. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. That's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Great defensive play on 4th down.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on fourth down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or two beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Quick completion to the tight end. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
Well, the defense loads up to show blitz, and anytime they bring that kind of pressure, the quarterback knows he's got to be able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Nice job of locating the tight end for that first down.
It's a run to the left. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring second inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. Short pass finds the tight end. And they bring him down, but that's enough for a first down as the clock runs down here in the third quarter.
That's a first down for the offense.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. He's running out of time here. A sack in the play could not escape the pass rush.
Chris, I'm really surprised by the way this game has turned out. That's another sack by this defense. They've done such a great job of preparing a plan to get ready for one of the top quarterbacks in the country. They've kept him out of...
There's a shot toward the end zone.
Love this never-say-die attitude from this quarterback. He's still slinging it out there. This game's out of reach, but this guy's still putting the ball in the air, and this one's a touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. After the PAT, they trail 28-7. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And they recover the onside kick. Looks like they've been practicing that one.
Well, how about that? Man, you don't see that happen hardly ever with an onside kick coming up exactly the way it is drawn. Great execution on this one. Let's see what they can do with this extra possession now.
Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. Pass complete for a first down. The offense gets a fresh set of downs. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Makes the catch. Can he get in?
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. The extra point is good. Still a 2-touchdown deficit, 28-14. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And he'll be tackled short of the 25 by the coverage team. Would have been better off just to take a knee there.
First and 10.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Now here's an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't quite have the concentration or the focus necessary. Ends up dropping it before he can bring it in.
Getting set. Here's second down. Oh, he tosses it back. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
I think he predetermined where to go with his football. Really didn't give himself a chance to work through his progressions. Locked into his primary, tried to force it in there, and it doesn't work out.
Offense facing a third and long from the 25. What's the call going to be? Looking to throw. It's Fowler. Lets it fly to the wideout. And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. An explosive play. Big gain across midfield to the 42.
Man, they're already up big in this game, and now they're taking shots downfield. They're just looking to pour it on right now. Still throwing the football in vertical shots to boot.
Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. Looking to throw it on first down. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
Man, that's how you respond after giving up such a big play through the air. The next play, you get after the quarterback, make some adjustments, and come up with a nice sack.
See if the offense can overcome that sack. Second and long. Now here comes the flea flicker. Looking for his big tight end. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
He's looking for that deep completion. I love the chunk play. I love the idea of being aggressive. They just come up empty.
Incompletion brings up third down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Makes the catch downfield. Brought down after the catch, but the game moves the ball to the 30.
You know, they've got a lead here late in the game, and the play calling, I think, shows you how much confidence they have in this quarterback. He's had a pretty clean game today, and this decision to still throw the ball with the lead shows you that they believe he's going to make the right decisions and make accurate throws.
Running with purpose.
One thing about the college game is everybody likes to run a version of the spread, but there's still an opportunity every once in a while for the old fullback to get in there and show you what he can do. He reminds you on that play right there.
Second down here. Time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. Second down play coming up. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. He'll try to run it with the option. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5. The offense going with the hurry up. Quarterback's got it on the option. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Offense facing a third down now. They can still get a first down without scoring. Back now goes in motion. Defense will have to adjust. Pitch to the back. Tackled way behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose 7 yards.
That back just had nowhere to go. You got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Well, the offense failed earlier on a 4th down attempt. They'll try it again here. Back to pass. It's Fowler. Fires it to the wideout. And it's intercepted, the last thing they could afford. Can he take it all the way? He's at the 50. And look at the return after the interception. Sets the offense up in good shape.
That's just a poor decision by the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. Working with the lead, run the football here and work the clock instead. Throws it into coverage. Now they got a chance to get right back in the game.
First play of the drive to come out throwing. He's moving out of the pocket. Tries to beat the pressure with a deep shot. He's picked for a third time tonight. So a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Back in motion now. First down. They're going to throw the football. Fired into a tight window and picked off. They get him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 43. So here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 43. First down, looking to throw the ball. There's contact on the throw. That's incomplete, even on a first down pass attempt. He felt heavy pressure.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-hole. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Another pick. Wow, that's the fourth tonight. The ball is free in the backfield. There was so much anticipation, so much preparation on both sides for a matchup like this to begin the season, Kirk. That's a big W on a big stage here early.
Well, you get through camp, you wonder how the season's going to get started, and they cannot be any happier. Now we'll just have to see how far they can ride this momentum as we go through the first half of the season.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.